Imparato, excuse me. We'll get more on the bios here after first serve.
Side out.
Leigh Waters, such a sensational talent. She has many triple crowns to her name as well. Good play from Pierina. She was born and raised in Venezuela and moved to United States back in 2010, began playing tennis at age 7 and product of the University of North Carolina, Charlotte for 4 years. Oh, wow. She can't beat the firepower right now of Leigh Waters.
Yeah, one of the things to watch for today, we did have quite a bit of wind yesterday as I watched some of the earlier rounds, and so that'll be, we're going to keep an eye on that, see if one side is playing easier than the other, where the wind is blowing. The wind tends to swirl a little bit here on this court. We'll see if it affects the play.
Not affecting the play of Leigh Waters so far, off to a hot start here.
Yeah, no, you need more like a hurricane or something to maybe throw her off a bit. Well, look at that. Just making the rest of us feel better. Missing a serve.
0-1. Side out.
Yeah, incredible down the line backhand on the run. That's one of the things that makes Leigh so tough. It's just she can put the ball on a spot even when she's on a full stretch. And we saw an example of that with that backhand as we see her go all the way from one side to the other. Puts the ball in a perfect spot.
Dropper finesse too. I mean, she possesses every single shot in the game. We've got 10 total matches for you here on center court. We begin with women's and men's singles, then move to mixed doubles. Wow. Another cross-court beauty for Waters.
Yeah, Imparato just left that ball way too short in the midcourt. Leigh able to come in and just shape that ball to the corner.
Side out.
After this point, we'd love to talk about the progression draw format. What are the upsides and maybe some of the downsides for these pros who will only play a maximum of 3 matches for some.
Yeah, and talking to some of the players yesterday about the progression draw, I think there's obviously some pluses when you're playing singles. You know, one match is much nicer than having to get through the whole bracket or most of the bracket in one day. One of the downsides that I kind of heard is because of the way it's scheduled out is you may have a very early match and then you have to come back maybe 4 hours later to get your next match, and then maybe a few hours later before gender matches. So that's maybe the downside of kind of you start, you stop, you start, you stop.
Oh, you can just go to the beach in between.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 3 miles down the road. Leigh Waters, talk about domination. Entering San Clemente, she had 48 tournaments played, earning at least 1 medal of any kind. That's an incredible feat for a 17-year-old athlete.
6-1.
And she's so much fun to watch live, courtside.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things, obviously everyone knows that she is the best. She's the best has ever played, certainly on the female side, and maybe you could make the argument the best has ever played on either side, men or women, with her number of gold medals and triple crowns.
1-7. Side out.
But I think one of the things that makes it the most incredible is the fact that she's so consistent at the top. As we know in pickleball, anything can happen. A match can go either way at any moment, and yet it doesn't seem to happen to her very often. So it just shows how consistent she is in her dominance.
Point. Eight one. Point.
Unbelievable. 9-1 lead now for Leigh Waters. This is best 2 out of 3.
Time in. 9-1. Side out. One nine. Side out. Nine one.
Inside out beauty for Leigh Waters for a game point. In 13 minutes time. We started at 11 a.m. local here, Pacific time.
10-1.
Ooh, almost got her on the way out though.
Yeah, right off the tip of the paddle.
110.
That backhand is so deceptive.
Yeah, she held it nicely. Imparato thinking she was going to go cross court, instead she just rolls it up the line.
10-1.
Another game point here for Waters.
Out.
And she'll take it.
Timeout, change
Waters up a game, and Pierina Imparato only coming away with 1 point in game 1. Opening point here in game 2.
Time in. 0-0. Point.
I mean, I think in doubles, I would say her defense. Obviously, everyone knows how powerful she is, but in doubles, her defense is what probably most impressive to me. I would say in singles, similarly, that she can put the ball wherever she wants, regardless of where she is on the court. It doesn't matter where you put her. If she wants to roll it cross court, she can. If she wants to roll it up the line, she can. If she wants to blast it by you, she can. I mean, it is pretty amazing, her level of play.
Point.
And what I would tell Pierina is if I was out there, the score would probably be about the same, so I don't feel too bad.
Waters got her first gold medal back in August in 2001. Here she is, 108, 3 years later. That's remarkable.
Side out.
Yeah, Pierina came out on top in that exchange. However, though, I think if you're going to beat Leigh, you have to come in and apply pressure and make her beat you. If you stay back and trade ground strokes, you're going to be on the losing end most of the time. All right, because if you don't come in, she will, and now you're having to pass her or try to pass her, so you're better off coming in and at least put the pressure on her to try to hit a winner.
3-0.
Easier said than done, obviously. Ooh.
Side out. Zero three.
Well, that was exactly to your point. Any shot she wants from any point of the court.
Yeah, I like what Imparato did, reading that after that let court, it pushed Leigh back, and then she was able to move in right there.
3-0.
But just didn't quite do enough with that backhand. Hit it right back at Leigh.
Side out.
I might see a few more lobs. We've had a couple misses from Leigh.
AJ Kohler made a post about lobbing this year. He said he wants to lob at least once every rally.
Oh, nice.
See if that's actually true or not.
Seems a bit extreme, but okay.
He's convinced it's the most effective.
Yeah, he's whooped my butt a few times, so I'm not going to criticize him.
Point. 4-0.
Almost for Imparato.
Timeout receiver, 5-0.
And she'll call a timeout after Waters jolts out to a big lead here in game number 2. 5-0.
5-0.
I think about what I was doing at 12. I don't think I was a pro athlete. It's pretty amazing.
0-5.
That's good from Imparato.
Yeah, great inside out. I would have liked to see her move in a little bit and maybe take the next ball out of the air when she had Leigh kind of stretched out on that forehand, but it still worked out for her. Ball, this is so tough. I mean, Imparato hit a pretty good ball, and then Leigh just rolled it cross court, short angle.
5-1. Side out.
Well, she's going to need a few more of those. She will take it.
This is the first of 3 matches today for Leigh Waters. She'll, of course, be in action with Ben Johns in mixed later on this afternoon over on Grandstand, and women's doubles with Catherine Parento.
Point. 2-5. Side out.
I thought Imparato should have come in off of the Waters return. The return was kind of short, and I think Imparato missed an opportunity to come in and apply pressure. Instead, Leigh turns it around, flips it, and rips the ball for the winner. But quick side out there with a missed serve.
2-5.
She needs to go.
Side out.
Yeah.
How much of that hesitation, you wonder, though, does Leigh cause? You feel like if you close, she has so many options.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you might get past 7 times in a row, right? But at least you're forcing her to do something rather than staying back, because she's going to come in and then she's going to force you to do something. So you have to kind of pick the lesser of 2 evils
6-2.
and just keep applying pressure.
Point. 7-2.
She's not going to miss that one. Way too short on that lob. So we do have some breeze. It tends to swirl here on this center court because it's kind of in a bowl with the grandstands on the side. Sometimes it's hard to read the wind. It looks like right now it's coming straight at us. Left to right on your monitor.
Nice rep by Imparato, creating the opening and the close, getting to the kitchen, as advised by Daniel Roditi. Lead pro here at the Lifetime San Clemente.
Yeah, tough job. Thoughts and prayers, please.
Tough life, yeah.
Right there, she needs to come in, yep. That's out.
And why on that ball, not the others?
That ball was a little shorter, right? So it's easier to move into it. You take 2 steps after you hit and you're already at the kitchen. The other ones were a little bit deeper, but you just find the very first ball that isn't quite, you know, in that back third of the court, and you try to come in. Like that one. She read it well. She had a good approach, and she had an open court. Just overcooked it a little bit on that inside-out volley.
8-3. Point. Timeout, receiver 9-3. Time in. 9-3. Side out. Three 9. Side out. 9-3.
Nice ball by Imparato to the corner for the side out.
Yeah, great lob. Wind kind of killed it a little bit, even though the wind's kind of blowing in.
3-9. Side out. Nine 3. Point.
Clean rip just wide. Waters takes a match point.
Match point.
Yeah, it's tough to pass up the line from that side because the wind is going to push that
10-3.
ball out. We've
Side
seen
out.
a couple missed serves from Leigh, clipping the net. Just needs much more margin over that net. For the viewers out there, if you miss a serve, you want to miss it long. There's no reason to really miss the ball in the net on a serve because you want to create height over that net to get the ball deeper. Wow, great get there from Leigh, keeping the ball so low on Imparato. Not much she could do on that.
Match point.
Again, kind of what I mentioned earlier, from any spot.
10-3.
She can play defense, she can play offense.
Match point number 3 for Waters.
It is.
And she'll close it out 11-3 over Pierina Imparato. On to the round of 16. Ellie Waters goes.